Well, it's a lovely day here today, and there she is sitting behind me. I'm looking forward to getting onto the outside of this. It's not that long to go really, but we've got to hit the service area. We've done a veneer last time, and I've got a little bit more news about the engine, so I'll tell you that later on. So let's have a look where we left off, or where I left off. I left off a little bit after you. So let's get in and have a look. Well, the first thing what hits you is I didn't tidy up very well the other day. But now we're slowly moving on. This is the start of the day, and you can see now the veneers are slowly going on. These are untreated veneers, and the back wall there. And yeah, it's when you think back to where the boat was when we first started, yeah, there's definitely big improvements. But today we've got to carry on with the services, and so important. Now I'm looking at this today, where we left off on 30, I think it was, on the battery compartment and this area here. It's not so important to get the boards in this area here because you've got to move the floors, but it's really important to get this ready as much as we can, because I want to move the electrics into there temporarily. Now this is it's an unfinished veneer over this side, but it's coming together. This is where we got to do. This is the area the battery's got to go. Now it's looking not too bad. We need to put a board on the inside there, because just here, that needs to be a board there. We need to put an end piece in there, because there's a piece of wood goes in that side, as there is if you look on this side here. So let's get on with this. Let's get this bit here sanded and prepped up. Now seriously, it would have been better if I hadn't put this piece on. I put this piece on and it's in a fixed position. I wasn't thinking ahead with that one, but I'll work around it. I'll work around it. Brilliant tools, brilliant. There's a piece at the back there I need to put in. Now I could build it up, but I'm just going to put a piece of board in there, and then I can really come along and I can even fill that with a bit of hardwood at the end before this one is ready for a veneer. And this isn't too far away from being coated. Yeah, I had to put a bit of hardboard, cut this to size, treat it, and then we'll put that in there at the back. Get a quick dry, and then we'll look at getting this in. I'll just give it a little bit of protection on the back. I like to cut out a couple of little grooves. It's just to make sure that it's completely, all the edges are sealed. This goes off quite quick. Now I seal it. Now I've been having a look in the bottom of the bay, and I think I might have a little bit of an issue, because this wasn't really designed to be a cruise boat or anything like that, so it didn't come under all these regulations, but batteries need to be strapped down. So I'm thinking this is some sort of, I don't know what it is, some sort of fibre board or something. So before we treat this, I was thinking I'll cut a piece of 80mm marine and I'll bond it in the bottom, and then and in that way we can have something to put some clamps in for the batteries to hold them down, and then it's just something you haven't got to think about in the future. So I'll do that, and I'll make it go up as far as the edge, as far as I can go. As far as I can go. 900 by 300. Bang that in the bottom. That gives us some, we can put some U-clamps or fixings in so we can strap the batteries down. Not that they're going to be strapped down for about a year or two, but we will have a battery there in the next few weeks doing something over to the electrical side. Plan? Well, plan is actually coming together. Go. Right, that's in. Now, we've got to take it out, sand it, prep it, and put it back in again. It's amazing how quickly the place turns into a complete crap hole again. Okay, so the next one is to put this into place. We bond it in, stainless steel screws. Let's go. It's a bit awkward for the camera, but I'll see what I can do. Stainless screws. Will we fit? Yes, we will. We build out the corner a little bit, which is an 18mm marine. Bit of 18mm marine, give it a sand and a treatment, and that's going to go straight in that corner, and we build it out. That's fine. So the next bit is to bond in the grey board for retaining the batteries in the centre, and then we're good to give that a seal up as well, and we're moving. Yeah, we're moving on. Good. Some people might think this is a bit of overkill because this is actually going to be on the underside, but it's still going to be sealed. This is the bit what's actually going to get bonded down. So we'll probably bond it with some standard bond, marine type bond, or any bond that will do actually. And then I might make up some resin just to pour around the edges of it, but then again I'll see how it goes. If I've not got too bad, I'll do a seal with a gun. Amazing how my brush changes colour. Look, it was a white, now it's a grey. That's recycling. That's recycling. Completely sealed, and it's going to be bonded in to start with, so we just put bonds round, and then I think eventually when we go into putting in the battery clamps, we'll probably drill through and bolt it as well. But this way it will allow us to then treat this, and when the batteries go in we can put in some retaining clips. And I know if this is in London, you probably have to put the batteries into some sort of plastic battery protective box, but in Norfolk the batteries need to be strapped down. Right, I think that's in most places actually, but it's good practice to strap your batteries down. Right, let's put some bond on. That's in. So that's definitely in. I'll put some seal around the edges. That is not going to move. Give that about an hour, and then we can put on the weather coat over the top, which I use. That will all become one colour and completely sealed. I took the opportunity to finish the whole wall on the veneer. So that's the whole section done. The lid was done a little while ago, so that can go back there, but we're not actually finished yet. So that sits in there. So this is where we're looking at the moment. Get the battery compartment sealed. You know, weather bonding, put another one on in a week or two's time, or whenever, when it dries. And yeah, we can put batteries in there. Right, let's get it on. Basically, this is the stuff we're going to use. It is the all-weather Santex. Good stuff. That's now going in here. One battery bay. I know the light ain't great, sun is going down, but I think you can see it's completely different. It's completely sealed and it's got an 18mm. We've got a seat lid there. We need to leave it all open to dry. We've managed to get the veneers on this end. This is actually starting to look like a boat. We're still working through these ones. But you know what? We're getting there. I'm not putting you through another whole episode of veneering. Well, here we are. We have a battery compartment. It does need a second coat, I must admit, on the inside, but that's because I'm fussy, to be honest. That's pretty sealed. It's pretty good, but I'll do it anyway. So we've got the top. None of it's been obviously stained or sanded yet, so that's all to come. But basically this corner of the boat is now starting to complete itself. Bit on the helm to do, and obviously the service way in the floor, but it's moving on. Well, anyway, as always, thanks for your subscriptions. If you like what you see here, give us a like, give us a subscription. If you haven't subscribed, it helps me a lot, gives me an incentive as well, because this is a daunting task, but I've got all my team being you. And yeah, take care people, and thanks for watching. See you on Sunday. Look after yourselves.